you can tell from the title, today we'll be going over the 5 life-changing habits that you can adopt as a freshman for the most productive, the most effective, and the most maximizing year possible. I remember that during my freshman year, there was so much going on every single day. I thought it was just the first few weeks of school that would be super busy, but this was completely wrong of me because every day you're running around and going to your club activity, you're attending classes, you're trying to meet new people, and I guess some people party at night. You kind of tell what camp I fell into. And these are easy habits that you can add to your life to provide yourself with direction for the rest of your day. The first habit that I recommend everybody adopt is to develop a morning routine. The purpose of a morning routine is simply to get yourself out of bed the instant you wake up. The later we stay in bed, the lazier we feel and the less productive we're going to be during the morning. For my morning routine, what I always do the instant I wake up is make sure I get a drink of water. Now, my mom recommends that you drink hot water, but sometimes I know that hot water isn't the most accessible, but I make sure that I always have a cup of water next to my bed so I'm ready to drink when I wake up. I also recommend that you eat a bit of breakfast, even though there are lots of people who recommend that you don't eat breakfast simply because I guess if you're busy in the morning, it doesn't fit in your schedule, and if you're coming straight from high school, it's very easy for us to have skipped breakfast. I still recommend that you eat breakfast because this gets your mind running. This makes sure that your brain is ready for the rest of the day, and it wakes up your body if you just aren't awake yet. Then I'll make sure I have a schedule planned out for the rest of the day so I know what I want to accomplish in the order in which I should be finishing these tasks. Having a morning routine provides my day with structure, and it's very helpful, especially for those days when we know we're going to be very busy. My second recommendation for daily habits you pick up is going to be exercising. And yes, I know that not everybody enjoys exercising. I know that not everybody enjoys to go to the gym. You should at least consider adding 30 minutes of exercise to your daily routine. I like to go to the gym before I eat breakfast because that way I can wake up my body, I can get a nice shower in, and then I'm able to go fill up my body with some good food, usually some fruit or some oatmeal. Exercising allows you to feel more energized for the rest of the day, and while I'm not telling everybody that you need to be exercising in the morning, this does set your day up for a good note because you feel like you've already been able to accomplish something right when you wake up. An additional benefit is that you can also keep off that freshman 15 that we all know is definite. The third recommendation I have for everybody is to make some time to read every day. You might have some course readings from your classes that are essentially your homework, and nobody wants to do these. We all fake the annotations, pretend we know what's going on, spark note whatever we're reading, go to class and be ready for discussion. But trust me, if you can make yourself about 30 minutes each day dedicated to pure reading, dedicated to trying to comprehend the material that you're reading, you'll be able to learn so much more than you will be in class. And it doesn't even need to be your own course reading. I never enjoyed my course reading, so I would always go to our local library or look up a PDF online for a book that I was interested in reading. It was honestly through this method that I learned a lot about personal finance and how to manage my own money. If you feel like you don't have time during the day to get in 30 minutes of reading, you can always try to read on a commute. You can try to read in between classes, but something I don't recommend is to read in bed. Yes, you can read before you go to sleep, which is actually what I do most of the time, but you don't want to be reading in bed. It causes your body to get used to working in bed instead of simply sleeping in bed, and therefore it's harder for us to get good quality sleep at night. The fourth habit that every college freshman or college student or high school student or adult or anybody alive should really develop is to sleep enough. Let me say that to you again. You need to sleep enough. I know that there's some misunderstanding coming out of high school that we don't need to sleep that much. It's not like we all think we're superhuman, but it's just because we naturally like to stay awake at night. That feels like there's so much more to be doing. We want to hang out with our friends, etc., etc. And I completely understand. When I was a college freshman, I was sleeping 5 to 6 hours on average each night. And it's recommended that everybody get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But the problem is we still sleep less because we don't feel the effects of it yet. I was just like this in high school and as a college freshman, but eventually the effects did get to me. Sleeping 5 hours every day caused me to be cranky throughout the day. It caused me to have a shorter temper, and I was generally moody and stressed about every little thing. I was easily agitated, and I realized that this was not a lifestyle that I could be continuing. Yes, I know so many of you are going to argue that you have a lot of homework, that you can't keep up with it all, that you need to be sleeping at some insane 3 a.m. time. But the thing is, if you scheduled your day properly and if you made sure that you were able to manage your time for what your priorities are, then you should be able to get enough sleep in, because sleep is a priority. Sleep should be as important to you as your classes and as your friends and as everything else that you prioritize, that you would actually put on your schedule. And if you can't get in that window of 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, then at least try to structure some naps throughout your day. I'm personally guilty of always sleeping in our library. So if you go to UChicago and you go to the Reg Library at 4 p.m., you can find me sleeping on the 4th floor. It's my favorite place to sleep on campus. The 5th habit that I recommend all freshmen develop is to also have an evening routine. Just like your morning routine, if you do your evening routine properly, you'll be well prepared for the next day. You'll be able to sleep better knowing that you won't have to wake up in a complete frantic mess. So in my nightly routine, there are 6 main things that I do without fail every single day. First, I brush my teeth and take a shower to make sure that I'm ready for bed, but then I'll also organize and tidy up my room. This way, when I wake up, my room is nice and organized and it feels less like a mess than it potentially could be. Then I go through the to-do list I had made during my morning routine to make sure I had finished everything I needed to do, but then I also organize what I do for the next day. This way, my morning routine is a bit simplified and I don't need to do that much work in the morning, and that also sets me up so I know whether or not I have a flexible schedule. The last 2 things that I do before heading to bed is that I'll make sure my backpack is ready and packed for the day, and then I also plan out my outfit. And while this sounds like a habit that could stay in elementary school, it's super helpful for us because in the morning, if we're ever rushed for whatever reason, we don't toss on like the best outfit, and we've all been there. If you're someone like me, as long as your outfit is put together and it's something you like, I feel like I can do so much more during the day and I'm just in a much better mood. Creating and sticking to a nightly routine sets you up for a good night's sleep, which will allow you to be even more productive during your next day. There's a lot of things in our lives that we can't control, and this can feel especially true when you're in college. But something that we can control are the habits that we adopt and the habits that we develop. I hope this video had motivated or at least encouraged you guys to start thinking about adopting these habits in your own life. Definitely don't think you have to take on all 5 of these at once if you don't have a single one of them currently in your schedule. It's a lot to take on, but it's definitely through small steps that you can add and integrate these to your everyday schedules. Trust me, they are life-changing. They're going to make your freshman year and the rest of your 4 years so much better if you're able to take these on as early as possible. Thank you all for watching this video. If you liked the video, thought you learned something from it, or know somebody who might enjoy it, do me a huge favor, drop a like down below, drop a comment, subscribe so you can watch a new video on college advice every Monday and Thursday with Emu. I'm thinking about rolling out more videos about financial advice as a college student because that's definitely the topic I'm most interested in. So let me know if you guys want to see more of those videos. Tell me if there's any topics you'd like me to talk about even more. And thank you all again. I'll see you in the next video.